sitting next to Herb. He's the drawer of Hulk. Herb, when did you first start drawing?
Well, I was about your age probably when I first started, drawing and thinking about maybe doing comics. But I never thought I would do comic books. I always wanted to do a comic strip. What you see in a newspaper, because that in those days that had a greater importance, a greater cultural importance than comic books did. Comic books were something that a lot of kids had to sneak a look at to read because it was considered like trash literature. So, but then when I became, I left the Air Force when I was 27, and I had a friend that worked at Marvel Comics, and he got me into the office to have my work looked at, and so I got some inking work on some of the westerns, the Marvel westerns, and after that I was offered some penciling jobs, and I also worked in the production department at the same time. When you see cut and paste on the computer, well, this was real cut and paste, where you cut out the words and actually paste them onto the artwork, getting it ready for the printer. So gradually I started to do more penciling and less production work. And from then I went to the Incredible Hulk. I did the Hulk for like 8 years.
That's a cool story.
Yeah.
Well, what are you doing right now?
Right now, I don't work in mainline comics anymore, although the last year I did get a couple of jobs with, I got a little job from Marvel Comics and one from Dark Horse Comics, and I did a small job for Image, just almost for recreational purposes, if you know what I mean. I mean, nobody offered me a regular job. I really wouldn't want to do a regular job, to tell you the truth, because I was in the business doing tight deadlines and drawing comic book after comic book for like 30 years, So, so I do mainly commission work now, which I mean to say, people would email me and ask for artwork, or I go to a show, and in the show I'll do artwork that people request artwork.
Okay. Do you have any future drawings that you might do?
Any particular what?
Any future drawings that you might do?
Not exactly, not anything specific. Usually what people ask me to draw, it could be anything. I've been asked to draw not only the Hulk, but Wolverine, who first appeared in the Hulk. I get to do a lot of Wolverine drawings. And let's see, what else? Iron Man, Captain America, Spider-Man. I get to do a lot of that stuff. And it shows, especially, like for instance, today somebody asked me to do a drawing on their hat. So I did a drawing and I signed the peak of their hat. And one time at a show, I was, a lady brought in the visor of her Ford pickup truck. And she wanted me to sign that and draw a picture on the sun visor of her Ford pickup truck. So I've gotten to draw some interesting commission work. But I've also been asked to do some pictures of airplanes, because people know I like airplanes, and I used to own an airplane. So I have done a couple of commissions on with airplanes involved also, and I like those the best. Really, I like those the best. Yeah.
Who's your favorite character for what you drawn so far?
I think I had the most fun with the Hulk. Did it for 8 years. We did fun stories. Len Wein, one of the Hulk writers, is actually sitting at this table. He's out now. I think he's doing an interview, but he wrote many of the Hulk issues that I drew. So, and it was fun doing those stories. They didn't take themselves quite as seriously as they do now.
Oh, well, I want to become a comic book drawer too. Can you give me like advice on what?
Yes, I can. I can. You go out and buy yourself a fat notebook like this, or one maybe half the size, something small, and you draw every chance you get. Draw. A good thing to do as well, the family's watching TV, is sit there and draw your mom, your dad, pets in the family, you know, whatever you need to do in the family, you know, with the family in terms of drawing. Drawing live people is a very good education in learning learning the anatomy, learning how the folds on clothes, different types of clothing works, and also look at other artists, especially if you want to draw comics. You look at other artists, see what kinds of styles they have. You can learn from them. I mean, I still learn from looking at other artists. And of course, when you get older, taking classes would be good, because then you'll be able to do some figure drawing and you get instruction on, you know, some guidance on your progress. You know, but just remember this: never give up your style. You know, however you draw, that's how you draw, because everybody sees things in a different way. So just don't let anybody change that, and you'll be okay.
Well, thank you for your time and have a great day.
Well, it was a pleasure to be here and a pleasure to talk to you at New York Comic Con. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Right now, I'm standing next to Bryan Kong. He makes illustrations of different sketch cards. Bryan Kong, when did you first start like drawing?
I was drawing like probably when I was your age, like really when I was like 5 years old. So I've been drawing ever since.
Oh, what are you doing right now?
Right now I'm doing a lot of sketch cards for a lot of these properties, like Marvel properties for X-Men and Wolverine, and also DC for Justice League.
Do you have any future like drawings or something?
Yeah, I mean, basically, you know, all this stuff over here.
Oh, well, who's your favorite character out of drawing all these?
Probably like the Marvel characters, probably like Wolverine.
Oh, yeah, I like him too. He's awesome. He's an awesome. Well, I want to become a comic book like drawer too. Can you like give me advice?
Well, basically, you know, just keep practicing all the time and just keep drawing and look at other artists and draw from life, and you know, you'll keep getting better as you go along.
Do you draw like I can see you draw like Derek Jeter and stuff, like all these shows that are made up. What are some of them?
Well, there's some shows that I do is like Heroes, and so some Star Wars stuff, Lord of the Rings, Indiana Jones, and I also do a lot of stuff for baseball, Major League Baseball, and NBA for basketball.
Cool. Well, thank you for your time and have a great day.
You too. Have a good time.
Okay, bye.
Very nice. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. It's Nico from the new Comic Con 09.